Hello. Okay, I've decided to make this video for you because in the past month I have had people ask me about this at least 3 or 4 times, and I've had fairly in-depth conversations about what to do when you feel that there are entities, energy vampires, or lower energies interrupting your field or clinging to your being, your aura, or basically just in your space. So my connection is weak according to the live show, so just bear with me, stay with me here. Okay, so if you have any questions on this topic, please just kind of put your hand up and say hi and post your question. Otherwise, I will give you my advice. So basically, if you are noticing, often it can look like a grey cloud in a room or just a feeling of oppression in a space. Sometimes that can be lower thought forms from previous owners of a house, someone that's entered your space and who's left their energy behind. Sometimes a fight or argument, or this thing called entities, which to me I actually refer to as riders, which is basically a lower thought form energy that doesn't have a physical form, form. So it exists in the astral realm, and in order for it to operate through the physical form and the physical world, it needs to cling to someone or something that has a physical form. So that's where you and I come into play here, and I call them riders because often they'll kind of cling to your energy field around here or around your belly, and they'll zap your energy and they'll use your energy field to interact with the world. That's that whole idea of possession that people talk about, when someone has been overtaken by an energy or entity, and that energy starts influencing their thoughts, their mind. Some people can all of a sudden become really suicidal, aggressive, start to have really negative thoughts about other people, become quite malicious, and it can almost seem like the person has schizophrenia. In some cases of schizophrenia, what's actually happening is the person is just possessed. Not all cases, but some. So there's a few things to consider when looking at mental disease. So let's just say, for example, you're feeling affected by an energy or an entity. Some practical things you can do: have a shower and just kind of imagine yourself being covered in white light, clearing off your energy field. My most favorite and strongest advice to anyone who has an energy or entity is, and you might not be open to angels, but whether you believe or not, asking for help from this specific angel works. It's worked in my experience. I've had about 3 or 4 entities that made me want to kill myself, and it sometimes took over my physical body. That was about 5 years back. So I've been through this. I know this. I've lived this. It works whether you believe in angels or not. I, in my heart, believed in angels, but in my mind I didn't back then. But this particular angel, Archangel Michael, I fondly call him Mr. Michael. He and I are great mates. If you call upon him by basically just saying, close your eyes, Archangel Michael, I give you permission to assist and help me. Thank you for clearing and cleansing all entities and energies from my aura, clearing out all psychic toxins. Particularly ask to have all portals into your energy field closed and have all tears in your aura sealed up, because energies and entities can only really exist with us when we are a vibrational match to their fear. And generally, if you've had trauma in your life, or you've taken a lot of drugs and you've just picked up a lot of fear energy, or you've had an intense psychological disturbances, it can bring us into the lower fear vibe, and that's when those low energies can kind of match up with us and take a ride. So what happens if you have had trauma in your life is you will get a tear in your energy field. And what I mean by a tear, it's not necessarily literally a tear, but it's just a place where your aura isn't strong, it isn't protected and sealed up. You're not strong in your sense of self and your way of operating in your world, so you can let crap in and influence you, and you give too much energy out. It's got a lot to do with personal boundaries, just basic psychology. You can look at it from all these different angles. So you're asking for these tears to be sealed up, for your aura to be strengthened. Getting out into salt water, having a salt water bath can help just to clear up your vibe. But one thing to strengthen your aura in particular is nutrition. If you can get your body in a strong condition, you create a kind of strength and vitality that doesn't allow that kind of lower thought forms to hook on and zap your vibe. My biggest piece of advice for this topic is don't take drugs. If you do take drugs, be very aware of the fact that in order to open up into a certain consciousness, a part of you is choosing to leave a part of yourself. So a part of you is leaving a door open while you go off and play with those drugs. And when you do that, it's like leaving your body, your main physical energy field, like a house. You leave it open without a guard, and people can just kind of come into your house, take what they want, or stick around, hide under the couch without you knowing. They'll eat all your food, meaning they'll zap your energy, and they'll start influencing you in ways you can't even fathom, and you'll just think you're going crazy. So if you are taking these drugs, you're actually making a conscious choice to allow other shit to influence you. Now, a lot of people might argue this point. There's a lot of different angles to look at this, but from my experience, drugs are not the best way to keep your energy clear, especially party drugs like ecstasy, speed, ice is really bad. Marijuana, people tend to pick up just a really low grade, heavy vibe on their field when they're involved in those groups. It's not a judgment, people, at all. I don't care if you do or don't take drugs. I'm just saying that if you want to have a strong psychic containment, a strong aura, a strong way of being in the world, you can't afford to water down your being with that stuff. It's just facts. It's just physics. Okay? Cool. And feel free to keep your opinion if you don't agree with me. So there are loads of things you can do. What I do is I call on Archangel Michael, I call on the Archangel Jesus Christ or Christ consciousness, and Mother Mary. And what that could also be seen as for you is just a higher power, universal light, support from something bigger from yourself, or the spirit of nature, something that you feel to be pure, and you allow that presence to kind of guide you or take over. You may not hear any thoughts, you may not have any immediate reactions, but you hand your fears about it over, knowing that they'll guide you to see a practitioner to get an energy clearing, to remove any entities or lower energy on your field, or they'll guide you to read a book, or to change your diet, or to go to the beach, to do things that are going to help you to strengthen up your aura. Secondly, if you do have shit energy on your field, don't freak out. Don't worry about it. It's temporary. They can never fully own you. If you have a rider sitting on your field, it can never take over who you are. It's just kind of a piece of clothing you're allowing yourself to wear that feels crap and is kind of influencing you in a non-positive way. So don't feed it with fear. Trust in something bigger than yourself. Call on Mr. Michael, Archangel Michael. Ask for the help. Look after your health. Clear your energy field with nature. Go look after your psychological health if you need to see a counselor or a psychologist as well about certain issues that can help you get clearer boundaries with people in your life, which will mean you're no longer zapping your energy and allowing crap into your field. And crystals. Oh yes, crystals are a very powerful way to help purify your energy field and the space around you. So invest in a few clearing crystals. The first one I thought of was amethyst. that particular crystal is aligned with Archangel Michael, and that's a very clearing crystal for negative energy, and it's really good for your psychology. It helps you to clear out negative thinking. And that's the beautiful purple crystal. And the crystal hematite, which it almost looks like a black magnet. It feels quite heavy. That's incredibly grounding, and it clears off a lot of negative energy. One more I'm thinking of is shungite. I should have it here somewhere. Oh no, shungite's in my water. So shungite is a very small black crystal. It looks a lot like hematite. That is profoundly purifying as well for all of your chakra system. But yeah, if you can see a body worker as well, get onto that. There's heaps you can do. Rewatch this video again. Take out of all my words of rambling whatever piece of wisdom I've said. And for the people who aren't viewing me according to Facebook right now, do you have any questions? Like, please don't be shy about asking them, because I'll be able to answer them in real time for you. So just have a think for a moment. Any questions? Sometimes your kids can be affected by negative energies, and they might be playing up, saying they're seeing monsters in their room. That can also be a thing. Your partner could be behaving oddly. You could be feeling less vital than usual, and regardless of what you try to do, you still feel crap. Hey, Christina. Okay, Christina, if you have a question about clearing energies and entities, shoot now, because we're coming almost to the close. I've covered all I can think of for the time being. So any questions about clearing your energy? You've got 3 breaths, not 3 seconds. You've got 3 breaths. What else is affected by it? Don't know. All right. I will make another video when I have more information. If you have any questions, personal message me or leave it on the comments of this video. And if we accumulate any more questions on the topic, I will answer them for you. Okay, bye. Thanks for being here.